Okay, so I've pinned my bangs back and I've already put some pencil through my brows. I always do that first because, for one, I have really fair eyebrows and I'm really exposed when I don't have my eyebrows on with my bangs back. And also it's, for me, it's the most boring part of tutorials, and I know that's kind of rude, but I always skip through eyebrows because for me personally, eyebrows are never a priority. So I've already put some MAC lingering through them. For an eye primer, I'm going to start with the eyes for this tutorial and then we'll move on to foundation last, just because I'm going to be using kind of a darker shadow. I'm using cream shadows mainly, but I am going to set it with a powder, and so that one's kind of darker, so I don't want any fallout. I'm going to start with Painterly Paint Pot. And this is to even out all the skin tone. I put it all the way up to my brow. And I'm using minimal products in this tutorial. I don't want to overload with a bunch of MAC products and try to use everything that I have, but you guys seem to like the MAC tutorial ideas, so that's what I'm going to use. MAC is one of my favorite makeup brands. They have my favorite makeup product ever, which are paint pots. I'm going to use one of my favorites today that doesn't get enough love for me. Okay, moving on. I'm not sure how I want to apply it. I think I'm going to use a flat type concealer brush. So let me just clean it really fast. I have to wash all my brushes today because they're all hideous and gross. Great time for a tutorial. So I'm just gonna lay down a darker paint pot flat on the lid, and I'm gonna be using Constructivist Paint Pot, which is amazing for blue eyes. It also looks good on any color eyes, but I really like this one for blue because if you can tell, it's like a reddy bronze color. It's like the perfect bronze for a bronze smoky eye. So I'm going to put some of that on my brush, and I'm going to take some of it off of my hand. I'm going to be working from my hand. And just start patting it really close to the lashes. If you can't get all the way down into your lashes, because you don't want any gaps between your lashes or skin exposed, if you can't get down in there, you can use an angled brush and get in there like a liner. You can also use your fingers with these products. They don't dry very quickly. They're very easy to work with. You want to get it the darkest around the lash line. And then just take your finger with a little bit of the product on it. And blend. Now paint pots tend to take a little bit of practice, but I feel like anyone can really use them. Sorry, am I not in frame? I'm trying. Now if you really wanted just a messy bronze smoky eye, you could leave it at that. I'm actually not going to take any of that underneath the eye. I'm going to, what is going on with my hair? I'm going to use the powder eyeshadow we're going to use under the eye. Now I'm going to be using this color by MAC, which is called Twinks. And I'm going to mix it in with a little bit of Antiqued, which is actually glued into my palette, so let me show you. It's this color right there, that reddy bronze color. I'm going to mix that. I'm going to be using mainly Twinks though, because that one's my favorite, but that Antique will give a little bit of red, more of a red tone to the eyeshadow, even though it's pretty bronzy itself. And then I'm just going to put that all over where we put the paint pot, and that's going to help blend the edges as well, but we'll go back in with a different color. Okay, and then we're going to go in with a blending brush and take a little bit of Era mixed with Cork, and they're very neutral brown colors. I'll show you. This is Era and this right below it is Cork. I'm going to mix a little bit of those two together because Era's a little bit lighter than I want, but Cork is a little darker than I want, so I'm just going to mix those. Use that right on the edge. Not that this look needs any more warming up. You can also use a cooler toned eyeshadow. I think that would look really nice with the contrast. But I always like to blend with another eyeshadow because it just gives the perfect blended look. and it also goes by faster. If you had sat there and blended out the whole line with just a clean brush, it would have gone a little bit slower. Now we're going to start working under the eyes now that everything is done on the top. I'm going to be using Teddy Eye Kohl from MAC. It's my absolute favorite eyeliner of all time ever made. So I'm going to have to get a backup here soon. I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand just because it's a little bit cold. Because it's colder weather outside. And I'm going to line my waterline with that and get it really smudgy in the lashes. And this eyeliner is going to work so perfect for this look because it's a bronzy red tone brown. So it just looks so perfect with blue eyes and everything. And the shadows we're using. Now we're going to take, well for me it's not really clean, but we're going to take an angled brush. This one's from Eco Tools. As was the one that I used to apply the cream shadow, by the way. And then we're going to smudge that out. I'm actually going to pick up a little bit of the antiqued Twinks combination and use that to help smoke it out. I just think the red-brown colors are such a good twist on the typical smoky eye. Instead of using blacks or like stark browns, you can use the bronze, and I think it just looks so pretty. Now if you wanted to, you can line your upper lash line. I'm going to do that just a little bit because I am going to be using fake lashes. So I'm just going to do a thin line about halfway or 3/4 of the way over again, that part's optional. If you're just using regular mascara, you don't necessarily have to do that. Okay, I'm not going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to apply like inner corner highlight and everything after I do my concealer, just because I prefer to conceal that area first, and then do my foundation, well, and then do my highlights and everything after. So I'm just going to put on a nice coat of black mascara. I'm using Bad Gal Lash by Benefit. It's my all-time favorite mascara, by the way. Okay, put on a thick coat of mascara. You can stop there if that's good enough for you, but I'm going to add, since this is a MAC tutorial, I'm going to add some MAC false lashes, and the ones I'm going to be using are the number 32s, and these are more for added volume. These don't add any length whatsoever, but that's okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of volume at the roots of the lashes, so I'm going to apply those really fast. Feel free to go more dramatic on the lashes if you want to with this look. I think that would look really pretty. If you had maybe corner lashes or just individuals, would look really nice with this look. In fact, I often do that. If you want me to do a whole lash tutorial on applying individual lashes and also full strip, I can do that for you guys if you want to. Alright, lashes are on, and as you can tell, they don't really look fake, they just look natural and quite thicker. So just makes your lashes look thicker. I really like those. And then the foundation I'm going to be using is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I know some people have problems with this breaking them out, which I understand. It does for me a little bit, so I tend to use it sparingly and I don't use it a lot. And then I'm going to be mixing it. If you find that this is a little heavy for you, because I know for me it feels like I'm painting my face with a mask, it just feels so thick. And I mean, you can't even pour it out of the bottle. You have to tap it upside down to get it out. So it's really a dense foundation, which is good because that gives you a lot, excuse me, it's in the morning, so my voice hasn't adjusted. So it gives you a lot of coverage, so that's a good thing. However, it can feel quite heavy, and it also takes away your skin's luminosity naturally. So I'm going to add that back in by using my Estee Lauder Idealist Skin Tone Illuminator, which I use every day in my foundation. It's an amazing product. It also helps to lighten acne, scarring, and sunspots if you have a problem with that. So I'm just going to apply a thin layer of these mixed all over. If you want to see how I apply my foundation and everything, you can check out my tutorial on longwear makeup because I apply it there. Alright, that's a good layer on, and now I'm going to do some concealing. I also took a little bit of my foundation onto my lips, and I also spent a good amount of time blending it out into my neck and everything, because you really want to make sure when you use a heavy coverage foundation that it's really blended in and seamless around the edges. And I took it onto my lips just to tone the coloring down a little bit. I don't really like the color of my lips naturally. They're getting more pigmented. I don't know what it is. I'm going to be using Studio Finish Concealer by MAC, just a little bit under the eyes. Looking a little bit tired today. The kittens do not... I have something on my finger. I have eyeliner on my finger. The kittens do not allow for much sleep, so I haven't really been sleeping that well. But that's okay. I love them the same. She's sleeping on the bed. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with my inner corner highlight. I'm going to take this brush. I believe it's an e.l.f. brush. It's the best highlight brush I've ever owned, and plus the other side is like a flat shader brush. Most versatile brush ever. If it is from e.l.f., I will find it on their website and link it down below because this is amazing. It's like $3, I think. So I'm going to be taking a mixture of Nylon and Amber Lights. And again, Nylon's glued to my palette, otherwise I'd just show you. It's this color right here. It's like a goldy, goldy highlight color, and then Amber Lights is this gold one right here. Amber Lights by itself is a little bit dark for a highlight, so I'm going to mix it with a lighter gold color to really highlight the inner corner. And I just love the end product of mixing those two shadows together. They're both so pigmented, if you can tell. And I just take it a little bit on the inner part. I love that highlight combination. I actually discovered it yesterday when I did Sam's makeup. Now I'm going to powder the skin. You can conceal the skin. I'm not going to conceal anything on my skin. I just don't feel like it. I have things to conceal, but really not in the mood. Usual combination powder. It's the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural with my Miss Taylor Flat Top Kabuki, and just pat it on at first. I'm going to buff it in actually because I didn't conceal anything on my skin. If you concealed, I wouldn't recommend buffing because that'll disturb the concealer. You don't want to apply too much powder either, just a little bit. I'm going to use a contour blush color, I guess you would say. I use it pretty much every day. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's MAC's Trace Gold Blush with just an angled F40 brush from Sigma. This brush just applies it so fast, and in the morning I just contour really, really quickly and I'm out the door. So I really like that. I'm also not going to apply a cheek highlight because the Estee Lauder product I put in the foundation will highlight my skin enough, and also this has a little bit of shimmer in it, so I don't want to do too much shimmer overload. And then one final step, I'm going to spray my skin with Skindinavia, the finishing spray, just because I love it so much and it really makes my makeup last, and I'm going to be filming and taking pictures today, so I really want it to last. So just 1 to 2 sprays of this. Or 3. And then for lips, I am going to be using a matte color, which I love this matte color, but I typically use like Revlon Soft Nude, but this one's a really good comparison to that. If you want a cheaper option, Revlon Soft Nude is actually a little bit better, but I'm going to be using Creme de Nude by MAC. And I honestly just put a little bit and blend it. People are walking by today. Luckily I'm just putting on makeup and not talking to myself. Let me take the bangs down. And there is the finished product. I just think it makes my eyes look so blue, and I just really love how this always ends up. And I get so many compliments on my eyes when I wear this look. So this is the Burnished Copper Bronzy tutorial for blue eyes, although any color eye can really pull this off. I just think it makes blue eyes look bluer. So it's also really good for the holidays, just given the colors and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this MAC tutorial. Please leave more makeup tutorial requests. I really enjoy doing them. Leave requests down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!